Hey y'all, it's Stephen Van Kampen-Lewis, and my youngest son Grayson is right here with me in the greenhouse at Jean's place. And today I just want to do a quick update on the Catasetums. I do have a spiking Cycnoches cooperi, that import, so I want to show you that. And I have a really nice bloom flower shape on my Grace Dunn. The flowers are really nice, but the number of flowers is really low. So I think what happened is the climate that it's growing in right now really was optimal for great color and shape, but last year's growing conditions of moving 3 times meant that it didn't receive the kind of care that would have created enough reserves in those pseudobulbs to have a nice huge bloom. But I'll show it to y'all anyway. Grayson, what's your favorite orchid in here?
I think it's a purple one.
The purple one, is it this one?
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice one. Anyway, let me turn the camera around and I'll show you the Catasetum. So, as you can see, most of the Catasetums are right here, and let's just start off right away with the Grace Dunn. I gotta say, the color on this is just outstanding. I'm super excited to have this one, but like I said earlier, I wish the bloom was bigger, or wish there were more of them. You can even see that there wasn't enough energy to get this spike fully pushed all the way out. You can see that those last, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 maybe blooms aborted before they could start. But still, it's really nice. You can see that the bulb with these particular blooms coming out is not nearly as large as the previous bulbs. So it just didn't put out as nice a bloom as normal. Some of the other ones, I would say that most of them are still asleep. You can see that Catasetum Fong Sing has woken up and is doing pretty nicely. I've got another one over here that I repotted about a week ago. This is Vinaceum by Ivany, as you can see there on the tag from Sunset Valley Orchids. This is a new growth that will hopefully bloom this year. It should be a really cool cross. I'm excited to see it. I've got a new growth popping out down there in that sheath on Catasetum lucis. I'm excited to see that one. I have not seen that one bloom despite the huge size of these pseudobulbs. This is a big plant and has some really cool flowers. This is one of the very few species. In fact, this might be the only Catasetum species with totally upright, erect bloom spikes. So I have not seen this one in real life, in person, so I'm excited to see this one. I think this is one that blooms in the spring on an immature growth. So, but I'll look that up and let you know if that's true or not. This is a Catasetum darkness with actually green flowers. I'm gonna chop this one up and probably sell it. It's cool, but it just doesn't make the cut for my collection. So this is a good time to cut it. You know, anticipating them breaking dormancy. So I'll chop this one up and send one out. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is still fast asleep. So where are your orchids at? Where are your Catasetums at? Does anyone out there have more growths than I do, or is everybody else kind of stuck in this mode of early spring anticipation? And finally, I do want to show my Cycnoches cooperi. This is, of course, the import that I got from Peru Flora in October 2021, October 2022 at the Redland Orchid Festival. You can see that for those of you who've been following, this previously skinny bulb is nice and big and fat now and is approaching the same size as the previous one, which makes me really happy. I was worried that this one was going to be quite a bit smaller, but you can see that it's looking really nice. You can also see a bloom spike coming here, so I will get I'll get a good idea of what this flower looks like, and you'll get a good idea as well, as I will definitely inform you and show you what it looks like. I also want to show quickly the roots. Those roots are doing really, really nice. I'm gonna water here in a moment, and you can see that the water there in the well has mostly dried up. So there's still plenty of water in there. You know, I don't like to let any of my catasetums dry out at all when they're in active growth. So this particular one is no exception. And then finally I have this Catasetum schunkii that I don't really know what it's doing. I imported it a bunch of years ago, so it is acclimated to North American conditions, but it didn't really go to sleep this year, and I'm just going to keep watering it as normal. And you can see that I got it there at BV Orchids. Anyway, I hope you're all having a good weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. I hope you subscribe.